Hello and welcome. I am Cloudie from the America server, and in this video we are gonna introduce Protianus of the Sunken Kingdom, originally the second world boss of King's Raid, which is mainly known for being a physical fight, so you need physical damage while he's dealing magic damage to your team. This is the team that we are going to use. In all honesty, this is my weakest world boss, so not the best scores, but we're gonna see how we can deal with him. Essentially, his main mode is that he does damage over time attacks, and he has a lot of stuns, and also with his trident he dispels. So those are the main things we need to be dealing with. Um, As you can see, he already started dropping our health by a lot, and now comes the Trident, which is actually the Dispel move. So you either have to have skills that are not possible to be dispelled, or we need to time them so um, that he doesn't remove them. Okay, so he's now being knocked off, so we are going to try and do some damage here. I'm using Loman as tank because his magic defense bonuses help a lot with staying alive, but there are also options to use Philip for the defense shred, or even Klaus. And I have seen a bunch of strategies where actually all three of them are around, all three of them are used for the battle. This is doable, but then you can only use one DPS. If you have a build close for that, he's actually pretty useful because together with Philip, they can more or less cancel out the entire physical defense of the boss, which means that he will take a lot of damage. As for DPS, you can use Chase, who is pretty good. Of course, there is Roy, who is like the king of physical damage. Some others have also successfully used Mitra at higher unique weapon levels, and maybe even Reina, I think. And of course, there is also Crow, who at high unique weapon levels can do quite a lot of damage. So those are the main physical damage dealers that I believe can be used on this fight. Since I have a 4-star Chase, I'm using him. I have tried with Mitra or Chase together with Mitra, but that wasn't really that effective. So I went back to the solo Chase supported by, it would be nice if my clicks were registering, supported by Nyla as a damage bonus upgrade, whatever. Meanwhile, the boss nearly killed us because I wasn't able to click, or actually it wasn't registering the click, so that wasn't fun. It's way too early to be dying. It would have been nice if he could drop the boss before he dispels us, but it's what it is now. Okay, Veronica just cast her buff, so that's okay on the timing. This is one particular fight where actually not having Shea is a real bummer, because Shea does actually give so much damage bonus, and it would mean that we wouldn't need to run Anne on a purely physical fight, or purely, not poorly. So in this case, not having a build Shea is quite bad for our score, but it's what it is for now. That was a misclick. So now we're not gonna have immunity. That's actually bad for our health. Oh well, we got it up just in time. Actually, the fight is ending, so yep, that's pretty much it. Could have been a better score, if not for some mistakes and slightly better play. I get to hit around 600 billion on this fight, which is okay-ish. You can, if you have a very well built chase and run the 3 tanks and whatever, then you can hit around 1 trillion or above. So definitely room for improvement there. But for now, this is what it is. My chase isn't that well built, so this is about how much you can do, about 1.5 billion DPS. Gonna show you quickly the team. Mediana, mainly built to increase damage. She's attack heavy, so she gives most of the damage bonuses, and she carries a feather for extra damage on the boss. Pretty standard perks. Next up, Lavriel, whom you should all know. Her crit damage could be higher. Um, it's the gear I have for her for now. I actually want to try and replace it with gear from the Twisted Dimension, but didn't get around to farm it just yet. Also, this is the perks that she got. Next up is May. For this fight, well, she's carrying the crown to buff, and the important perk for her here is that she can't be dispelled. Her S1 buffs are not dispelled. Um, and it's also good to have her unique treasure for skill 3 because it helps with knocking down the boss faster. And she is a magic buffer, so her skill, her perks here don't help that much. It's good to have the crit damage bonus, and I also like to have the decrease attack perk on her because it just helps the team to live longer. If you feel you don't need that buff or debuff, or if you just can live without it, then you can go with something else. Veronica, since she's an auto mode, I like to have the pocket watch on her so she can cast even more often. Her perks are pretty standard. She gives more attack to the team and she increases the physical damage taken off the boss, and also her boost is increased. Nyla, she's kind of placeholder gear. Has too much crit actually, but it's alright. Um, she's mainly here as a CC'er and a buffer. Sadly, her buff is tied to her unique weapon, so would need to have a higher weapon to actually deal good damage. Then of course here is Chase. Um, Chase gets a lot of crit damage from his skills and passives, so he needs more attack actually than crit damage. That's why this number is so low. He has some penetration, although he doesn't really need it either. He's mainly attack based. Recovery, which actually helps him stay alive during his own health burn, and some speed, but he also gains a lot of speed. So yeah, you just really want to build him with attack, and he has the 4-star Blessing of Earth to buff his damage. Finally, Loman. This is actually my Vel'Khazar gear. It has a lots of magic defense because he gives that as a bonus to his team members, and he's wearing um, the artifact from this last event, which gives some of his gives some attack to the allies, and he has standard buff perks. I forgot to show Chase actually. Pretty standard, normal, although this one could be changed to something more useful. Yep, that's pretty much it, I believe. I said could do slightly better on this one, but kind of lazy to try hard on the boss. Nearly made it to the top 100, so there is room for improvement here. I think that's it for this video. If you have questions, comments, please feel free to leave them below. And of course, if you like the videos, feel free to subscribe as well. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye bye.